A metal egg-shaped UFO was stored in Area 51, claims a military contractor. In the 1980s, a metallic egg-shaped UFO was transported to the infamous Area 51, a not-so-secret military base in Nevada, USA. This was stated by Eric Tabor, who previously worked for 13 years as a military contractor in the U.S. aerospace industry. And this story was told to him by his uncle Sam Urquhart, who also worked as a contractor on military bases, including the same Area 51. And he said that the CIA engineers discovered a metal egg-shaped UFO somewhere in the desert and brought it to Area 51 for research, but the object was later sent to another base as they could not get inside the object. In May 2023, Tabor told AARO, the Pentagon's new UFO research unit, the story was given unverified status since the main eyewitness had already been deceased. Tabor also claimed he became close to his grandfather Sam in 2012 when he moved to the same town. Knowing that his grandfather worked at Area 51, Tabor reportedly asked him about rumors of UFOs and aliens, but his grandfather usually would not tell. But one day he succumbed to the persuasion. Quote, "My uncle served in the Air Force for 28 years as an E8 equivalent to first sergeant. He worked at Area 51 from 1997 to 2014. He was a security chief of their engineering team and a data modeler. His team conducted a cross-sectional testing of the radar. I kept asking him about UFOs and he said, I don't know anything. But one day we were sitting on the back porch of his house and he said, okay, I'll tell you about this craft I knew. He said that when he first arrived at the base in 1997, he had a personal conversation with a senior engineer whose team was tasked with getting inside a strange craft that some CIA people had brought there in the 1980s. It was found that same year in a remote desert location and was completely intact. The senior engineer described to my uncle that the object was oval in shape and about the size of an SUV, smooth and seamless, appeared to be made of silvery gray unknown metal, with no visible rudder, no fins, no inlets or outlets, no writing or symbols. These were the best engineers you can think of. They tried without success to figure out what power source it was powered by and how to activate it. They also tried to connect power to it. The X-rays were unable to penetrate the object, and it appeared as a completely solid object in X-ray photographs. They tried to open it and permeate the body, but also failed. They said they were able to get some very small samples of the material. I'm not a chemist, but I think based on the isotope ratio or mix of elements, they concluded it was not made on Earth. It makes sense if they couldn't drill into it either. The strange object was then eventually sent to another base, possibly the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, and that was the last the engineers heard of it. However, later there was an unexpected continuation of this story. My uncle collected radar data and transferred it to secure storage facilities. While in one of those secure data storage facilities in the main control building, on the wall he saw a crystal close-up color photograph of the exact same object that the superior told the mechanic. Unfortunately, the photo remained somewhere in the vaults. Sam Urquhart was unable to obtain it as evidence and now has only the story. He told me that the American people will probably never see this object. Sam Urquhart died in 2022 at the age of 75. He also has a photo of his team taken in 2000 as a memento of his work in Area 51. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.